Welcome back to Off-Road Diaries, guys. I'm Jonathan. I'm sure you know that. Unless you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, the title's probably something like a Supercharged Pro R or whatever. Well, there it is, a Supercharged Pro R. So guys, I finally did it. I made time to actually start working on this old girl. We've got clutch kits already installed. As you can see, there's no air filter any longer in that air box. That is because we run a filter here, which gains you a little bit of power actually. So the filter comes off right here in this section and goes down in here. I've got my fans unplugged right now because we're going to do some flashing to put the 91 tune in it. I think what I'm going to do is run it up to St. Anthony's next weekend for Pioneer Weekend, maybe a day or two. And I'm going to just put it through its paces, make sure everything's good on it. That way, if I'm close enough to Packard before Winchester, if something goes wrong or I need a part or whatever, then hey, I can go run and grab it. Whereas in Winchester, we're like 16 hours away or 15 or something. I don't know. It's a lot of hours. So let's start with where I started, I guess. You guys already saw in the other video, we put injector. So she's got new injectors. We've got Brisk Racing plugs. We had to relocate the reservoir. I still need to put one little plastic piece down underneath it that holds it into place. You've got to push the reservoir over slightly just to get this charge pipe right here. So there's a charge pipe, kind of hard to see, but that's what goes to the throttle body through a little J tube right there. Boys and girls, I'm excited because I was maxed out on 4th of July. I was just flooring her everywhere I went, and she's a heavy girl, and 225 horsepower is not bad for a side-by-side, but this thing is the size of a freaking minivan. So you need power to push a minivan. So here's what we got going on. We've got the RTD here. I'm probably gonna put a charger on this because, well, you don't want to brick your computer. And if you're sitting there tuning this car, uploading a tune into the car, you need to have battery power. So I'm gonna throw a charger on this thing really quick, and then we're gonna flash a tune. I'll show you how easy it is, guys. It's not like back in the day where they had to bench flash, take an ECU, throw it on a computer and pin up the pins off of it. And you know what I mean? I'm alive! Now, it's all through your phone. It's really easy. Most companies are doing this way anyway. So, yeah, let's get to finding where my charger is. I meant to tell you guys, or I meant to show you guys how this works, and I forgot. But we are currently flashing our 91 tune. I'm just going to run 91 on it for the first time out, and it is riding the tune right now onto the ECU. Pretty darn easy to do this, like I said, guys. It's just time consuming. Whether you're turbocharging or supercharging your car, a lot of people are using the HP tuners method, which is the RTD module, the little OBD2 port thing that's down there. Well, it converts into an OBD2 because our plugs are like on the Polaris are like this shape, and OBD2s are a lot wider. So there's an adapter that it uses. Anyways, oh no, rider transfer tune. That's not good. Complete. All right. Keep getting emails. Not the ones I want though. Okay, so now it says right there, last written. I don't know if you guys can see that. So now we turn her off. We change the oil. And then we start her up and make sure everything's good to go. I've got a couple more things to do to button up Lucille here before I take her on a test drive. Need to get some dirt tires on her. I actually painted the beadlock rings on it, so I need to put those back on. And change oil. So I'm gonna run a Polaris real quick. We gotta grab some oil, guys. Went up and got some oil. You're probably like, what is this gray roof doing here? I'll show you guys in a second. So we're building and kind of doing multiple cars at one time right now. Got Sherv over there. I gotta do a few things. She is sold, guys.
Wait, what?
More on that later. Got David's car here that wrecked, and we're waiting on insurance, which you guys are taking way too long to approve this job. And then we got this. This is Josh's Pro R. It's all taken apart. It's pretty dirty, but she's getting painted. So, got an oil change kit from Polaris. Guys, I hear everybody argue over what oil is the best. At the end of the day, I just know this oil was designed for the Pro R. It was designed for the Polaris anyways, so I'm just going to use it. 6,200 miles. I've used Polaris oil on Patty Mayo, our blue and orange 2-seat Pro R, and never skipped a beat. So I don't know, I just don't see any reason not to just use the OEM oil change kit. Yeah, so now it's time to do my least favorite thing in the world. Actually, I might wait and make Courtney do it, because that's why I pay him the big bucks to help me. So I'm gonna finish up with the Pro R. What else do I got to do now? I'm all over the place, guys. Since I talked to y'all last, I've been to the Polaris dealership, Golden Spike. By the way, those guys are great guys, and they take great care of me. You need dealer warranty work done, definitely go see them if you're up in the northern Utah area. And went to Bob's to pick up the roof to make sure the color was right, which everything looks beautiful there. I got a bunch of other parts that are painted there that are waiting on me. Just trying to figure out what to do. I'm telling you guys, it's the last 10% of the 100% of the job that is the hardest. It's harder than the 90%, because now I'm like, I need to literally just go check every single nut and bolt on the Supercharger to make sure, and then make a checklist. All right, guys, so as you can tell, she runs. Miles, she's running, huh? Yeah?
What do you think, Miles? No.
No. That's why I can't bring Miles into the shop. But she is running. God, you still got so many things to do. It's like whenever you think you're done, you're just like, no, you're not done. Oh, yeah, so I need to install the Viper shifter. I need to button up the rear end. And then I need to install the Sector 7 wiring. So Krista, she just brought that in for me. Oh, I forgot, we got a rear view mirror, guys. So Sector 7 makes this sick rear view mirror.
I haven't seen it.
It's big, guys.
Yeah.
And it's billet. It looks really sick. And supposedly, when you mount it, like, you can see way wider. Oh, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, whenever you mount it, like, supposedly because it bevels out on both sides, it makes it really wide rear view.
Almost like a 360.
Yeah.
That bubbly.
So I need to tap. I need to tap a hole right there or something. And then Will gave me these cool sun visors.
Yeah, we need to put these bad boys on
Definitely
too.
want to put these things on.
Those.
I thought they were all scratched up, but then Will said, no, it's not scratched up, you dummy. It's just got the protective film on it. So I was like, I don't want to put no scratched up wind visors. Actually, I think I may take these things apart and get them powdered, maybe.
Yeah.
But how do you get... Oh, there's a film on it. Yeah, you can see right there. Huh. So I do want to put these on because, guys, I'm blind. When I try to lead a group ride... Oh, no, let's put this in there just to not scratch it. I'm blind, and when I try to lead people during sunset, I can't see nothing. So these will be awesome. So thank you, Will. And then I've already got the Sector 7 mirrors installed, but I need to run the wires for them, and I need to... I've already got the wire ran from the fuse panel, but I need to run the wires because I love these Sector 7 mirrors. But the cooler lights they have, guys, the more stuff you have to install. So it's actually got this switch.
Can I just show you, like, this?
That's what I was telling them when I opened it.
And then you open it up, and it's
makes you feel luxurious.
Like, this is,
For how much they cost, it definitely is. At least they give you quality packaging. So we're going to install this thing. This changes your colors. I don't know what that does yet, but I'll figure it out. This, I think, just turns the light on and off. I don't really know what none of these do, really, except for the color button. I like the click. Ow! Miles is running me over. So we got to install this switch, and I'll just put it like right in there. Oh yeah, there's a hole that's missing. I forgot. No. There is no missing hole.
Oh, did you find it?
Yeah, I think I found it. So we'll just pop that sucker in there. Then I got wiring over here. Should be in this box. Let's see what's in the box.
What's in the box? Good job, baby. Your razor.
Okay. There's a lot happening here. So guys, we got lots of stuff going on right here. Not sure exactly what all is going on here. Alright. Says red's 12 plus. Yellow is marked off. Oh, key on. Black is ground. So this, yeah.
Do you need help or you got it?
It's already kind of wired. I just got to figure out where to go get all the wires from. So then this right here, you got two different plugs here, guys. One is, I assume, for just the power because it's thicker gauge and these LEDs are super freaking bright on these mirrors. So these right here, these big plugs, these are probably just plug in and play for your lights. And then you got this right here, which is probably all your color changing LEDs and does all the cool little tricks and everything. Got a couple fuses. This should be easy enough. Wait a minute. We've got more. What is all this for? Green right, signal input, yellow left. That's, it's not gonna be a tutorial video, guys, because I'm teaching myself. What's up, guys? Well, it's now Saturday night. I initially had the intentions of doing a lot more stuff on this video, but we ended up going and doing stuff and had a fun day today, and we went to the water park and Miles went swimming and it was just a good time. So anyways, I'm just gonna end this video here, guys. Pro R Supercharged, got a few more things to do. I will be recording tomorrow. It's Sunday, getting into crunch time, but I just want to share with you guys that Lucille is supercharged now, and you'll see some more on Monday, so don't fret. Monday morning you'll have another video, but right now we're gonna eat some dinner. Check this out, guys. Nice tomahawk cooked to a perfect 140, maybe 135, and then we got some smoked mac and cheese, some asparagus, and I got some garlic bread on the smoker. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock dinner out, finish cooking, and then we're gonna eat some food. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Sorry it was a short, quick video. I expected it to be more, and well, it just didn't happen. But nonetheless, we got so many things that are going on, and I'll just keep recording what I can. And so love you guys. Have a great morning, day, or night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.